Last time I showed you how you can plan your Canada road trip with ease, but this time I'll show you how you can make it even easier and faster. By the time your coffee is still hot, you're going to have within 10 minutes a fully fledged Canada road trip that is mapped out, PDF, and shareable. Let's dive in. So in this journey, you're going to learn 4 hacks that help you planning and mapping out your next road trip with AI in a very fast and easy manner that everybody can do and implement. So you're going to have a prompt, you're going to know how you can PDF the road trip, you know how you can add it to a planner tool with ease, and how you can go even a step further to have your itinerary available offline on the go. So let's start with the first hack on the list. So first on the list, the first hack I'm going to show you and share with you is to use AI for your itinerary creation on your holiday or next road trip. What you can use here is ChatGPT, Gemini, any AI, the one that you prefer the most. I use ChatGPT. The one thing I propose or recommend is that you use the search function that is within the AI. Most of them have it available, meaning it's going to search the web. And the reason why I'm recommending it is because it gets more current and actual information out of it. There's also the option that you can use deep research functions. They are mostly available to paid versions, but if you have it available anyway, you can use that. I highly recommend it. It goes into more detail, but for the purpose of the video, I'll use the regular search function, as it takes not as long as the other version. Then within ChatGPT or any other models, you can also look for the model you want. I go with those 3 for this time, and as you see, I have the prompt ready. I'm gonna share with you the prompt in the link below, and what you're gonna do is actually you're gonna copy the prompt from here, put it in the web, in the search bar, and then you're gonna say what type of travel you are. I leave it that way, do not make it overcomplicated, or mid-experience. Then I say the number of days I want to stay. Let's say 20 in Western Canada. Start city, I'll take the one that most travels to, Calgary, and end city, Vancouver. Then travel month, we say July to August. You could also enter summer and make it a bit more concrete. Then traveler numbers will be 2 adults, 2 children. In my case, I refer to my children, and then you're gonna enter ages 8 to 12. I'm gonna use a car. That's a good example in my case for next year. Daily driving limits, especially family, is around 3 to 4 hours. I wouldn't recommend more. That's the maximum. And rest days, I recommend at least 1 day. Budget-wise, mid-range is always a good option. Canada can be quite expensive, but that also accounts for Switzerland. If you visit Switzerland, many attractions get very, very expensive very fast. So preferred lodgings. If you travel with an RV, then you want to have campgrounds. If you travel by car, you're probably gonna have hotels, cabins, not campgrounds, apartments. I also enter VRBOs, Airbnbs, but this is something you can adjust later on. When you have your route ready, you can still decide where you'd like to stay. And then at the activities, that one, easy hike and wildlife, hot springs, of course, canoeing and water fun, surely we're gonna do that. Urban attractions, why not? Hidden gem, yes. And lesser known places, that's something I add now. And then we shortly check if that applies to us. The today plan, that's good. 2 night stays were appropriate to reduce packing, unpacking, good alternative suggestions, so on and so forth. You can still, that works. And then I add, we try that one. Oh, see, let me figure that one out briefly. So there you go. I just encountered a little error on looking up certain things. I didn't seems that sorry for that. It seems like the model that I've used doesn't like too many options. I've changed to 4.5 ChatGPT, and now it created me a day-by-day itinerary with some great suggestions already and alternatives that you can do if you go through. And now we're coming to the second hack that I'm gonna share with you. So what you want to do basically is now you're gonna ask ChatGPT, Gemini, you could create a PDF version out of it. And you're going to understand why I'm doing that, because that's gonna make our planning much faster. So give me a second. So there you go. We have a downloadable PDF of the itinerary. As you see here above, I ran into some issues with creating the itinerary. What I had to do is I had to go back to change the model again. So that's something for you to look at. If you run into the same issues, somehow the model 4.5 wasn't able to create a PDF based on the instructions and the itinerary created above. So I changed the model again, and it created me at the end a downloadable PDF, which we're gonna do. Hey, and just briefly before we go on, if cutting hours of planning helps you out, type time saver in the comments, like and subscribe to my channel. It would be help tremendously to grow and keep going with my channel. I would appreciate it highly and would be very thankful. Let's go on. So what we're gonna do next would be, that's hack number 3. We have created the PDF of the road trip. Now, if you would like to have a fast overview of your trip, the only thing you're gonna do is you go over to Mindtrip.AI, and you load the PDF you just have created. So as you see, I have uploaded the PDF that ChatGPT created for me. I added a little command for Mindtrip that it knows what to do, and I also added some data like where to go, where we start, where we end, and how many travelers we are, and about the budget, what it needs to pay attention to. So Mindtrip is still working its magic, but after you have added the list, the itinerary from ChatGPT, and added it to the itinerary here in Mindtrip starts creating for you the trip. What it doesn't do is, unfortunately, it gives you like a line that you see where does the road takes you, where you gonna go through the different places that you have, like in Google Maps, that it shows you the exact road you're gonna have to take. But it is actually great because now you can click the trip and check out your whole itinerary, and it shows you day by day what you're gonna do, where to go, things to do. We've added all these places you've asked for, lesser known spots, hidden gems, this kind of stuff. You also see the calendar view of all the places, so it adds up and sorts it for you through the list that you have a great idea where to go. You can even add your bookings here so that it will count it in. You can go back and check the itinerary for you, and you also can see your map. Again, it moves for the whole place, so they have one side the itinerary, the other side you have the map, and you can scroll to each places, but you get a better view what to do. That's quite a great thing. It helps you to save a ton of time to build and create an itinerary. You already have great options here and many recommendations that you can do with your kids, and it even takes into account about what your budget is. And you can even share this trip with other people. You say, I want to share it with anybody else from my family to see and find places that you can add. And if you're still looking for to check, if you still want to look for certain places, like please find a special restaurant in Calgary for families. It will look for this restaurant. It counts in the recommendation from TripAdvisor and Google, so it gets an update based on recommendations. It will look for your which is a great restaurant for families in Calgary. It takes always a little while to find the spots, but what you can do then is to add this to your itinerary or make a proposal that you can ask others on your invited group. What do you think about it? And as you see, you have here these places, and then you're going to say add to trip, and as easy as that, you can add this restaurant to your trip. You even see there on the map this restaurant would be. So an easy tool to find cool and special places that other people can add their things or ideas to the trip. So the only drawdown for myself, that is why I not only use Mindtrip, and that brings me to the fourth hack on the list, is actually Wanderlog. Why? Because Wanderlog is available offline. It has many features that Mindtrip has as well. With that, I mean, you see on your itinerary what else you could do based on recommendations of TripAdvisor, Google, Booking.com as far as I know. You can even book certain spots right here in Mindtrip and in Wanderlust that leads you to the booking pages as well. So which is a really big and huge time saver and makes planning much easier. So what I basically do when I have my trip ready in Mindtrip, it gives me already a good idea what to do, where to go, and you already have an idea about restaurant places based on the results in ChatGPT. So coming back to that, what I do then, I go to Wanderlog, and this is already a trip that I've created for a client of mine that will see and take the trip this summer. And I did a similar approach. I created a trip based on things I already know, restaurant things. I looked for more things online through various blogs. I checked with ChatGPT to cross-check if I missed something. And then I did the same process as we saw before, based with my additional research, and then I added the thing to Wanderlog. Of course, what I've noted here is for my client, certain things they need to take into consideration when they want to book, but I added all these places in Wanderlog as well. And the great thing is you can share this trip with other people too, if you want. So here you have the itinerary, and if you want to add places you would like to see. For example, you're going with your kids to Western Canada, they're older than 12 years old and they all have their phones. You can give them access to Wanderlog and they can add places to the itinerary. But that's a great thing because this way you can really tailor the route for your personal needs, and you're going to make sure that you have a blast when you're in Canada, and that everybody gets something out of the trip and everybody's going to be happy. And Wanderlog also shows you here the whole itinerary as well on the map, but both tools lack is you don't see a clear line of route that the general road trip takes. It only shows you for the day. When you go closer with different colors, you see, okay, these are these places. Day one is right over here. These blue points, turquoise points here, those are the places for day one. Day two, we have different colors. See, there's the purple points. You know where I'm getting. And that in overall is a great thing. And what I like a lot about Wanderlog is that we have it available offline. And if you still don't know what to do, you get a ton of recommendations that you could do along the route. You could even say auto play by day. that will give you additional options to do, and you can still go and look, for example, to Hope. In that case, that is in Hope, and usually it gives you more ideas that you can add to the route, more options based on recommendations. And when you click, that's what I wanted to see. See, here it shows you day by day, it shows you the route you need to take to arrive there, not overall. And I'm going to move my picture here, and what you're going to see is you can look up these places in TripAdvisor, Google, even Google Maps. Gives you a small description that you have, by the way, here usually as well. It gives you some insights about Calgary in that case. Also tell us, so you got some ideas. You can figure out if that's something for your kids, for your family, that would work out or not. Great. Here, let me go back to Wanderlog. And if you want, you can even export your route to Google Maps too. So another great option. As it is available, or as you can use Wanderlog on an app, even when you don't have any data connection, you're still going to have some ideas where you need to go, what to do, if you missed out or don't know anymore where you're going the next day. Shouldn't happen, technically. So if you want to know more about helpful AI tools, check out this video on the right-hand side for more ideas and also inspirations if you need more information. If you want to know more itinerary ideas that I've created, then check out my Mindtrip account. I can link it below, or you can look in my travel itineraries or travel ideas playlist, where you get even more inspiration about possible things to do, always with the idea behind about finding lesser known things where you have less crowded places. And one of the upcoming videos will be a comparison, more deeper comparison between Wanderlog and Mindtrip, and ultimately why it is great to use both. And with that, I wish you a great day. Tschüss dann, arrivederci, and see you soon.